Hello and welcome to Impact Yobe, your weekly roundup of news and activities in the pride of the Sahel. My name is Femi Akonde. Thank you for joining us.
The deputy governors of Yobe and Borno states recently met at the boundary town of Warsala to find lasting solution to the indiscriminate flouting of border closure directive by commuters and motorists. The deputy governor of Borno state says they have reached an agreement on strict measures aimed at punishing violators of the border closure order. His Yobe counterpart noted that his state and Borno are sister states and they would do the needful to support each other during this trying moment of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Importantly is we as government felt we are one Yobe and Borno state. It's just divided for administrative convenience. So we have a common, your people have the culture, and we're just the same people. So we feel how do we enforce these lockdowns? That is why we come together to see that how we are going to synergize and implement it perfectly. The situation here, this is what we have just announced to the people. We came with about 576 people. What we did was, we are not trying to punish people, but we just want to send a message to the public that as a government, we want them to abide strictly, or they should oblige to all the restrictions that has been put in place. For those who are coming in from far away, those who are coming in from their own Nigerians, they have right to move, but when there is announcement that they should not move because of the safety of the people, the citizens, so they should abide by it. Next time, if we have something like this, we're not going to take it easy with them. That is why we brought them to the border town. We want them to know that, yeah, we are really serious about what we're doing.
Now, Borno State has summarized what they have discussed, and then the Honorable Commissioners for Information of both states will sit down and read the communique to the press. But the essence of our meeting is to ensure that people adhere to the lockdown, moving in Borno and Yobe State, but that's because already we have been hit by challenges of this Boko Haram. So we don't want another thing to come and add to the already wound that we have been suffering for almost 10 years. That is why we want people to abide by the rules of the lockdown. So henceforth, as from today, anybody comes into a border, Borno and Yobe will not have to come in. No going out, no coming in. That's the message we are sending.
As part of measures to ensure punishment for those who violate the Yobe State Directive on border closure, the state government is set to establish mobile courts in all entry points of the state. Briefing newsmen at the Government House, Damaturu, members of the Yobe State COVID-19 response team also urged people of the state to adhere strictly to the directive on wearing of face masks to avoid the spread of the deadly coronavirus in the state. The State Commissioners for Information shed more light on the outcome of the 5th meeting of the team.
He advises people across the state to use face masks whenever they are in public places. We know that the use of face masks is very important nowadays, not just for the people who are infected by COVID-19, but also people who are not infected, because if people use face masks, and as we will hear from the Honorable Commissioner of Health very shortly, the rate of transmission is slowed considerably. So the committee advises people across the state to begin to use face masks widely. The committee also announces that mobile courts will be established to prosecute offenders of the border closure directive, including drivers and passengers. We have a border closure directive that our borders into the state are closed for traffic, except for essential services. We have mentioned this over the course of time during our briefings. Food items, petroleum products, etc. These essential services are allowed to come in. But any other driver who brings in passengers will be apprehended and will be tried by the mobile court and will be prosecuted. The committee particularly warns trailer drivers to desist from carrying any passengers other than the 3 persons authorized to be on board as earlier announced. We told you that even for the essential services that have been allowed to come in, people who are bringing in food or medicine or petroleum products, in that kind of situation, We know that the driver of the trailer truck is there, the assistant driver is there, and one other person. Only 3 people are allowed to be on board. And there are occasions where passengers are found to be inside some of those vehicles carrying food or medicine into the state, and the committee is warning against such practices. Now, if any driver of a trailer truck is found to be carrying passengers, that driver will be apprehended and he will be tried by the mobile court as appropriate. The security agencies, including the Nigeria Police, the Civil Defense, and the Federal Safety Corps, will conduct stop and search operations in major motor parks in the state to ensure that passengers are accounted for. This is very important, where we need to have manifests, for passengers that are flying within the state, so that we know who is going where. That's what we call contact tracing. It's very, very important that we're able to monitor that effectively. So security agencies will see to that. The committee will also liaise with hotel owners across the state to ensure that all guests are accounted for and that no guest from areas with COVID-19 confirmed outbreaks is allowed to stay without authorization. So, for example, a hotel in Unguru, for example, or Potiskum, without this collaboration, may allow somebody coming from Lagos or from other places with confirmed outbreaks, confirmed cases of COVID-19 to come in and stay in the hotel without the knowledge of the community, without the knowledge of the surveillance that is ongoing about COVID-19 prevention. We want to ensure that hotel owners are aware of the danger that kind of attitude poses to the health care, to the health of people of the state. And we want to ensure that we collaborate with them and ensure that anybody who is coming from areas that are endemic, that have confirmed outbreaks, that those persons are monitored closely and are accounted for.
We have gone around the border areas. We have seen the performance of the security agencies. We have seen the challenges they are facing, and we have given them the necessary guidance for them to effectively discharge their duties. We have also placed some personnel operating there covertly and giving us information on any violation of the rule. And as for the trailers you have seen in town, whether they give them money or they don't compromise them and they're in town, that is another issue. Out of every 10, there must be a Judas. You cannot expect all the security personnel to have the same level of integrity. What I want us to appreciate is that all of us here are Nigerians and we know the challenges, unless if we don't want to be honest with ourselves. We know how our security operatives behave. We know how we ourselves behave in certain situations. So we are trying our best. And we have already told them that if there is any violation and it is traced to any of the border posts, the commander of that area will be appropriately sanctioned. We have also taken some measures by emplacing some security measures where we will have surveillance in the motor parks for vehicles that will find their way into the town without appropriate authorization.
To tackle perennial flooding bedeviling Yobe State, during rainy season, the state government has organized flood report dissemination workshop for stakeholders selected from the 17 local government areas of the state. The workshop was under the supervision of the Yobe State Emergency Management Agency. The head of SEMA in the state, Mohammed Goje, says the workshop became imperative for stakeholders in the rural areas in order to enlighten them on disaster management and how to communicate effectively in hard-to-reach communities.
Executive Secretary of that. All the freshmen that are here, and you are key stakeholders in disseminating this information. Secondly, flood report dissemination. This is the first of its kind, and the driving force is the determination and the commitment of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Yobe State, that responding to emergencies are priorities, and preventing emergencies are his key priorities. So in doing so, how do we prevent emergencies if we don't learn from our lessons? 2019 has been a challenging year for us, SEMA and Yobe State. But in going around, we have been documenting, we have been responding within minimal resources. And at the end of the day, we just can't keep quiet and watch and intervene again next year. That's why we call all the relevant stakeholders on board, the DPMs, the heads, representative of airline, MDS, NEMA, to come and see and learn from our results. We made the analysis, the map is here, you have seen it. So I believe the land MDS will take this result and it will make an informed decision in their preparation ahead of 2020 flooding and rainy season. We can't wait till the rainy season to intervene. So we give them the result so that they can go and intervene. At our own level, there are places that we have made some effort. Like in Kukareta, they want a small drainage which is not up to 5 kilometers. We liaised with World Bank project, CSDP, and the community. We provided the community with in kind the 5% items. The drainage has been constructed. So there are efforts that every land MJ will do, and we hope with this dissemination, with these findings, 2020 flood will not, even if it has come, it will be a bit less affecting the communities. The new strategy is that one, now we have coordination in the sense that DPMs are here, CDOs are here, land ministry are here. We have made a platform, we have the contact of each other, and we will improve on the coordination and reporting of the flooding season. But one key concern here is we're in our trying moments this time around. Looking at the global pandemic of COVID-19, we're not praying, but if emergencies of any kind comes into the state, it will be a bit challenging to control or to contain. So it's better to wake up early, call relevant MDS and stakeholders to avoid or minimize the reoccurrence of flooding across the state.
Another time for an interview on the program Impact Yobe, and our guest is the Commissioner for Sports, Youth and Social Development, Honorable Goni Bukar Lawan. Welcome to the program, sir.
How are you?
Very well, sir. Youth, sports and social development, it's a sector that is critical to the development of Yobe State, especially when it talks about youth empowerment and a whole lot of other issues. But let's start with sports development in the state. What's the administration's agenda towards developing sports in Yobe State?
Thank God for this very important question. When we came in as a Commissioner of Sports, we met so many problems on ground. So thank God the Governor, His Excellency Right Honorable Mai Malabuni, is a sport loving governor. So we present all our cases that he's supposed to do, and I can assure you he give us all the approvals to go ahead and do the work. So coming to the stadium, in the stadium we have a design that we engage some foreigners that will make that BIP to bulletproof, which is on course, and also he give us the approval of 2 sheds in order to make it 3 sheds in the stadium. And also in the area of basketball, volleyball, hockey, so we are doing very well. Right now, some of the contractors are on the field. So by the grace of God, by the second quarter of this year, so we are going to invite you to come and commission some of the projects on the stadium. And also our players are doing very well, that Desert Star. Just recently we went to a zonal festival in Maiduguri, and we qualify to attend the Edo 2020.
I'll say congratulations on that, because you're participating in some, your team, the Yobe team, will be going to Edo 2020 and you'll be participating in some competitions. Tell us about your preparation and what the expectations are ahead of Edo 2020.
I can assure you all the proper preparation has been taking place. Already we have got the approval for the buying the sporting kits for our players. Everything is on course. We have got that approval since last month. As I say, the governor is a sportman. So when we present the letter for that Edo 2020, so he gave us all the approvals. So we are just waiting the time to come. We are already preferred, and we have about about 40 to 50 athletes that we are going to attend. And just recently, we attended one game in Lagos, that's basketball. We played 3 out of 5. We won all the 3, the player that we play. So we don't have problem. We have done everything. We are just waiting for the 2020, Edo 2020. Then, still in the part of the sports, the governor approved some renovations within the stadium. We have a game village. He gave us the approval. Right now, the contractors are mobilizing to the site.
Okay, in what particular games will you be participating in the Edo 2020?
I think we have about 30 athletes. We have basketball, we have football, we have volleyball, handball, the different category of athletes. We have about 30 of them, and we are ready.
And you believe your team will come back with medals?
By the grace of God, yes. We received a delegation from the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports, that Touch of Unity, and they came here. They present the torch to the governor. We went there, so they delivered their speech, and also governor did his own side, and governor assured them that we are going to set up a very powerful delegation to attend the Edo 2020. He has already started even before the Touch of Unity come, and also the TBC is part of the the delegation to attend the Edo 2020 to cover all our games.
Oh, that's interesting. Yes, and then let's talk about youth empowerment now. Your ministry also handles this sector, and in a state like Yobe State, where the government is interested in doing so much for the youth to take them away from restiveness and taking up some other kind of vices. What exactly are on ground to ensure that these youths are given that needed empowerment? What's been done?
Yeah, during the campaign, we went around all the 17 local government of the state. We have seen it, and the governor himself see how the people come out and voted for us. 80% of them are youths. So, in the first place, he empowered about 600, youths by, training them in the area of feint, and some interlock, so many programs that we did. Just recently, last month, they graduated, and we give them all the facilities they need to go and start their own and stand on their own. We did that one. And for women empowerment, but it's not, part of our, we have Ministry of Youth and our Ministry of Women Affairs, but some part of them, part of the ministry is part of the empowerment under the social empowerment. And very soon, we'll have a program for women. So in conjunction with the Ministry of Women Affairs. So the governor is doing very well. And also we have so many programs that is going on right now. And we have it here in all over the local government, training the people, giving them the items to go and stand on their own. So the governor is doing very well, and we are ready to assist. And even the time of the campaign, the governor promises so many things, and he started definitely. By the second quarter of this year, we still invite you to come and witness some of the programs.
Okay, youth development again has NYSC orientation, the National Youth Service Corps scheme is also under your ministry. That is people posted to this state to serve. Before, Yobe State was one of the states where some people would not want to come and serve, but now we're seeing NYSC members, core members going around carrying out their different business activities and even getting involved in government offices and the rest. What's being done to encourage and support these youth corps members in Yobe State?
Actually, what I want to say is that we almost done, half of the, budgetary, provisions that the governor did. So coming to orientation, some of the NYSC members, they don't want to come to Yobe because they are managing in one of the school in Patiskum. So by the coming of His Excellency Right Honorable Mai Malabuni, he immediately combated one of the structure built in Dazgao to orientation camp. So he awarded contract, everything, as I tell you, all the renovation have finished. So we are now preparing for, punishing the place. We built a hall, about 6 or 8 halls that take about 3,000 youths with their mattress and beddings. So all these projects is on course, and electricity, everything, as I say, water, and by tomorrow, by the grace of God, we are going to, the contractor will hand over all the, the projects to the ministry. Then we will hand it over to NYSC by the grace of God.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about drug addiction, drug abuse. This is one issue that some state governors have some state governments have implemented or formulated policies to handle youth addiction to different kind of drugs, and what is being done in Yobe State to ensure that these youths are rehabilitated and taken out of that life of drug addiction.
Just recently, His Excellency the Right Honorable Mai Malabuni engaged a consultant in regards to drugs abuse. So the consultant is now doing a very good job. He has already present his proposal, and the governor gave us the approval. So very soon we will start our own. But we know it's not part of the ministry because we have Ministry of Health. They're supposed to take care of all this kind of drugs, something. But since the ministry is bearing the youth and sport, and some of those problems, would happen with the youth. So that's why, we are engaging them. So since the governor have already engaged the consultant, so very soon we are going to invite you for the opening so that you can see it, visit all the communities, village head, district heads, and so on, so that to cooperate with the management in order to, stop all this kind of indiscipline that our youth are, on it.
How about the remand home? What's been done about it?
Remand home, we have about 4 or 5 remand home in Yobe State. Just last 2 months, Governor approved the renovation and rehabilitation of that Fatiskum remand home, and also he awarded the contract of blind workshop Fatiskum, blind workshop Damaturu, Gashua and Nguru, and also remand home Gashua and also Nguru. All these projects is on course, and by the grace of God, definitely we are going to invite you within very shortest time to come and witness the commissioning. But the project is on course.
There's one group in the society that are most times neglected. That is people living with disability. In most cases, they are neglected because certain people see them as not being physically fit. Yeah, so tell us what's the situation.
But I don't have the exact number of those people, but I know, and I have a record. Governor has already engaged them. All of them have been employed. Almost all of them have been employed into the various ministries, and we are giving them the training. So when you visit the stadium like 4 or 4 o'clock, you can see them. We engage all of them. Governor is doing a very perfect, and he has, a special program on those people. So the work is going on.
Okay, so let's talk about indigenous sport, grassroots sports. Now, what's been done to develop sports at the grassroots level to ensure that they are being nurtured to that level where they can even compete in the Olympics?
Yeah, we started, apart from desert start that we have, that's one, that official one. Apart from this one, we engage under 15. So in order to, engage with the one that we have officially. And also for the local one, we revive the competition. Just recently, Governor gave us the approval to go ahead and mobilize for novelties. We are working on it. He has already released everything for us now. Very soon, we are going to start it, and officially the governor is going to announce for the local competition. But we are ever ready for hosting all the 17 local government. We must revive it. In fact, it's not about local one. Even in inter-school, we are engaging the school to revive the inter-school competition. Is very, very important, because from there you can select the talent that will come for the official what we have on ground. So we are working on it very soon. As I say, the governor is a sportsman now, and also me too, I'm a sportsman.
Well, that's our interview with the Commissioner for Youth, Sports and Social Development in Yobe State, Honorable Goni Bukar Lawan, telling us about sports development and youth empowerment in the state. Thank you very much for your time on the program, sir.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Well done, my brother.
And that's our package this week. Until next week, when we come your way again with fresh news and updates from the pride of the Sahel. The program has been Impact Yobe. And my name is Femi Akonde. See you next time.